Hello everyone and welcome back to Crick Zenify. Today I have a panel of four members and we have a very new panel member joining in today with us, Anand Bhai. So welcome Anand Bhai to our preview session and the review session as well, and to other panelists, that is Arunish Bhai and Nax Bhai also. Welcome to you both as well. So what a match we witnessed yesterday in the Mullanpur Stadium, and I think this is where the essence of cricket is. These low scoring thrillers is where it brings out the best as a player in you from both batsman and the bowler's perspective as well. And we saw that in complete display yesterday. So we'll talk more about it. And apart from that, we also have a match lined up today evening in the Arun Jaitley Stadium between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals. On one side, we have a team who have dominated the tournament and they just faced a defeat in the previous match. And on another side, we have another team who are a bit inconsistent in their tournament so far. So we'll talk more about it. So starting with yesterday's low-scoring thriller at Mullanpur. So I'll straight up come to Arunish Bhai. Just tell us your experience about the match and what exactly happened.
Yeah, coming on to yesterday's match, it was an absolute thriller of a game, as we all saw how Punjab Kings defended the lowest ever total in the history of IPL. Yesterday, the day was historical, as we can say, and it all started off with Punjab again going too hard too early, as we have seen their approach in the previous games as well. They tend to bat first most of the times, and then tee off with their openers and other players like coming in. So that aggressive approach is seen overall in the whole camp. And yesterday, basically, it backfired upon them. Yeah, because after the initial burst of 3 overs, where they scored 30 plus runs, they were just reduced when Harshit Rana took 2 wickets in an over to jolt them. But anyways, they just went hard. Every batter that came just went too hard, and eventually, it came down to them losing wickets at regular intervals, which was not helping their case. As PBKS basically hoped Glenn Maxwell would come into form yesterday, but again he failed right now. Yeah. So the thing is that Punjab is going aggressive right from the start of the game, and yesterday all the bowlers from KKR were amongst wickets. Like Sunil Narayan took two, Harshit Rana took three, and Varun Chakravarti took two. So it was basically the pitch was a bit different from the other games, as the pitch was spinning a bit. Otherwise, we have seen in Mullanpur that the pace and bounce were it was favoring pace and bounce. But yesterday it was spinning a bit more as well in the first half of the innings, as we saw the dismissal of Glenn Maxwell as well. The ball came right in, and that was how we conduced that it was a spinning pitch yesterday. So then the Punjab basically bowled out in 15 overs and just could muster around 111. And during the halfway mark as well, like Varun Chakravarti was asked about the pitch, and he told that 110 is not a score. It's not a 110 pitch, it's 180, 190 pitch. So everyone thought that the game might be over at that point, but uh, Punjab basically dished out a surprise in the form of Yuzvendra Chahal, as he was back to his old self. As we saw the guile from the slowness of the ball, the speeds at which he operated yesterday. It was a perfect Yuzvendra Chahal classic that we used to see like some few years back. So basically, KKR also started off very well. Like they scored around 60 runs in 7 overs when it was the introduction of Yuzvendra Chahal, who basically turned the game around in his 4 over spell. He took four wickets for 28 runs, and he basically bowled those lines that we used to see Yuzvendra Chahal bowling, as he just lured the batsman, and that was perfect test dismissals. He also produced some test dismissals, like Rinku Singh was one example where I saw he was completely beaten in the air and off the deck as well. The ball drifted out and then spun in to beat his inside edge. That was a perfect classic dismissal. So we all saw the efforts from the bowlers that we can, and ultimately winning by 16 runs in a 111 run like defending 111 is a big win in the likes of IPL. So that, yeah, kudos to Punjab Kings.
Yes, so thank you, Arunish Bhai. I think he covered everything, that all the aspects of yesterday's match, and I think that is what we have been talking in Crick Zenify so far, even in our previous reviews and previews as well. That the ultra aggressive mindset is what is hurting the teams. We had seen that with the case of SRH as well. Their losing streak was just because of that, and we saw that in case of KKR yesterday as well. That it is important to read the pitch, you read the conditions, and then play. So now I would come straight to Nags Bhai, that we saw in case of Punjab Kings as well, and in case of Kolkata Knight Riders as well, that the batsmen, instead of reading the pitch, they started to go too hard as well. So do you think that this approach is just a short term gain for teams, or and will it hurt them in the long term?
Actually, it's a short. I mean, it's a short-term problem only because I mean, seeing whoever comes to bat, he needs to first analyze the pitch. He needs to, I mean, for 2 3 balls, see how the pitch. I mean, the ball comes to bat. I mean, if the ball is coming to bat or if it's skating off, turning off, he should analyze that, and accordingly, they should play the game. Firstly, I would say somewhere. I mean, during the toss only, I think the pitch was right wrong and was decided to bat. Then how the batsmen coming and going because the ball, since they thought the ball won't turn at the start, but since the ball was turning, there were, I mean, and batsmen going too hard on those stuff. There were wickets falling at every interval, and because of that, we saw a low score yesterday. And similar thing happened in the second inning also. If they tried to sustain, they would have. I mean, Kolkata would have could have chased it, but somewhere Kolkata was also trying the same approach and going to hit balls which could have easily, I mean, dotted or taken 1 run or 2 run. But somewhere both the sides they went for too aggressive, lost, and we saw a record. I mean, history a new record forming yesterday as a low score was. I mean, defended.
Yes, definitely a day where some records were broken, and we also saw certain comedy errors as well from Xavier Bartlett. I think that is something that every player wishes it doesn't happen, but sometimes it's just those days where it happens. So I'll come straight to Anand Bhai today. That we saw with the likes of Yuzvendra Chahal coming back to form, which is a very good news for Punjab Kings. But on the other side, we see a player like Maxwell who's just not firing in the IPL. I think he was consistent when he was with RCB, but I think the last season with RCB was not so good. And then even when he's come back to Punjab Kings, he's just not finding form. So do you think going forward, the Maxwell issue needs to be addressed by Punjab Kings?
Yeah, thanks, Sagar, for hosting me. So, as you said, Maxwell, he's a big what can I say issue for Punjab. So, Ponting and Shreyas needs to think something about solving that issue. So, Maxwell being a big player, so there's always a thought behind that he would come big in a big matches. But until they go for the big matches for knockouts or qualifiers, they have to fix it. So still, I would prefer Stoinis or even English to stay within, and they can bring in Harpreet Gar. So they are struggling somewhere in the middle order. But again, as it say, they are again depend on top three. If again top three, Shreyas and Prabhsin and Priyans, if they stay there for a long time, then again they will post a good score, and post that it is again a bad situation. So somewhere Ponting and Shreyas has to get this result, and they can be an unbeatable team. And coming back to Yuzvendra Chahal, it was very happy to see him back to the form where he belongs. He just showed his class, as they say, form is temporary, class is permanent. He just showed where he belongs with his variation in pace, with his line and length, reading the batsman, and he just turned the game on its side.
Yes, Anand Bhai. So thank you. I'll come back again to you again. That do you
Mhm.
see? We saw, like when such a low score was being defended, we saw the captain Shreyas Iyer over there setting those aggressive fields, and then bringing in the right bowling changes. So going forward, thinking from long term perspective for our Indian cricket team, do you see Shreyas Iyer as the rightful successor for Rohit Sharma, at least in the white ball format as of now?
as of now, there is no brainer in thinking and saying that Shreyas should be the success for Rohit Sharma in terms of white ball cricket for India. But again, it depends. All depends on what the selectors are doing. Shreyas is making a good match for himself, winning the champions IPL as a champions last year against KKR, being a captain of KKR, and then he took Mumbai to the trophy, and again he's showing his class today as a captain for Punjab Kings, and to defend that total of triple one and believing at the stage of 62 for 2 when KKR was doing really good, and then with this aggressive fields and giving Chahal that support and showing the belief in him that he can turn the match around, and which he eventually did it. So that speaks volumes of Shreyas as a captain and as a man management. So surely he is the number one contender to succeed Rohit Sharma as a white ball captain of Indian cricket team.
Yes, definitely. I think we all would love to see how Shreyas carries himself when he's the captain of India. We have a comment from one of our viewer who is UI Goku Gaming. Thank you for so much for your comment, and it's nice to see that you're consistently following our channel. And yes, that is what we do at Crick Zenify, because we bring in those stats, and that is where we get most of our predictions right. And yes, rightfully we predicted that Chahal would be the player to watch out for, and yes, he was the game changer in yesterday's match. So I think that was the review of yesterday's match. Thrilling encounter, and I think that is where IPL peaks. And yes, definitely those high scoring matches are good, but these matches are the best, is what I can say, and I can conclude as well. So now we'll come to the preview of today's match, which is between Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals. The match is at Arun Jaitley Stadium. So Delhi Capitals coming after a loss up against Mumbai Indians. We saw some kind of errors from them towards the end, some kind of fumbling, as well as there were three continuous runouts. And on other side, we have Rajasthan Royals, who were completely dominated by RCB in their home ground in Jaipur. We saw whether in terms of bowling or batting that Rajasthan were completely outplayed, especially the assault was something to watch out for. So let's see what holds in today's match for us, and I'll come straight to Nags by that. What are the things RR should improve so that they get their campaign back on track? Nags by, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Yeah. Before coming to a question, I just move to pitch report as the I think the match is in Arun Jaitley Stadium, Delhi. So it's normally feasible for batters, but if normally as somewhere I think somewhere we can see conditions what happened in the match yesterday. Somewhere if I mean if there is grass, we can see turns. Otherwise, it would be full of I mean batting wicket. The score should be around 150 to 170, and whoever wins it, or since it's an afternoon, I mean evening game, and probably dew should come. So it would be, I mean, this your chasing. Whoever wins it, I mean wins it all should go for chase. And coming on to your question, Rajasthan, I think there are many things that Rajasthan should be look for. First is that I mean they are doing many changes in their playing eleven. Their playing eleven is same, but bringing them to bat is a question. As we saw in the last game, last 2 3 games, Riyan Parag comes at number three. Nitesh Rana, we saw him as doing good at number three, four. He comes at number six, number seven. So somewhere their playing eleven is not aligned. If they align it properly, then we can see we can see good runs coming from their side. For example, as we see Gill and sorry, Gill, okay, as we see Jaiswal and the top two, then followed by Riyan Parag, then Nitesh Rana, then Dhruv Jurel, then Hetmeyer, followed by the Hasranga, and followed by the bowlers. If the playing 11 comes proper, we can see something good from this.
Yes, definitely. It looks like a very good batting lineup, but as Nagsbhai mentioned, that there is inconsistency in their batting order, because sometimes we see Rihan Parag coming at number three, sometimes we see Nitesh Rana coming at number three, and then sometimes we see Dhruv Jurel promoted above Hetmeyer. Sometimes Hetmeyer is coming ahead of Jurel. So a lot of changes are being done, and I think that volatility is what is hurting Rajasthan Royals batting, I would say. Now I'll come to Anand Bhai, asking that just from a team's perspective in the IPL, do you think such chop and changes in every match is hurting teams, and how necessary is it to maintain the consistency in a playing 11?
Yeah, that's very true. If you're making changes in batting order in every other match, it will definitely uh, affect the moral of the batsman. As we see, Nitish Rana did very well against CSK, scoring 81 in that match, playing at number three, and the next match he was pushed to number four. And Rian Parag scored a good half century, around 45 runs in the same match, batting at number four. Then he was pushed up at three in the next matches. So that is somewhere where it affects the mindset of the batsman, that how he should play and what he should be, what the tempo he should bat. So if you keep on changing it every match, then it will definitely affect it. And the last match you saw Nitish Rana coming somewhere down Hetmeyer at six or seven. So that would never show the sign of a team, the change room stuff. So somewhere they are still in doubt. They are not settled as a team. So it would give an advantage for the opponent team, just seeing that just it gives an added advantage for the opponents. So it's better they should stick in this one at three, irrespective of results. They should just make him understand that you are now number three, irrespective of what you score. For next three matches, four matches, you are at three, Parag at four. So that should help the team, and that will change the momentum, and it may bring a good result for them.
Yes, definitely. Rajasthan management is filled with the T20 World Cup winning management that we had for our Indian team in 2024. There's Rahul Dravid, there's Vikram Rathore. So definitely we feel that they will figure out the right combination for them, and they will definitely bring in that consistency. So now I'll come to Anand Bhai again, just to give us a preview of DC, and then we also have a question from one of our viewer that in the first match, Ashutosh and Vipraj Nigam won it for them, and then top order fired for them, and then Rahul did it for the middle order. But as the question rightly mentions, that Rahul is not their only middle order person. The whole middle order has to fire, and that's what we saw in previous match. That once they were exposed and they were put under pressure, they couldn't get going. So how do you think DC should approach this match?
I think Aksar is a big player in that middle order, so he's somewhere affecting the order. So if I am in the DC dressing room, I would push Aksar at four, Rahul at five, then Stubbs at six. So sometimes what they do is they push Rahul at four, keep Aksar at five, and Stubbs at six. So if they keep on changing this order, it will definitely affect them. So if they want to make sure, then just play Rahul at four, then Stubbs at five, then Akshar at six. So the missing puzzle of Akshar is somewhere they are struggling with the middle order. So if they get that exactly the perfect fit, then they are just unbeatable with the top seven. And then now Vipras and Astos can just do the damage at the end, irrespective of the number of balls left.
Okay, thank you so much, Anand Bhai. And I'll come back to Nags Bhai again, asking that, we saw Karun Nair fire in the previous match as an impact player. So, do you think, and we also see that in the top order, Jake Fraser McGurk hasn't been firing for them. So, would you rather ask Rahul to open and keep Karun Nair in the team, because given the way he played in the previous match?
Yes, actually, we are seeing GFM is not working, and somewhere there is news also coming in that Fab is also not. His injury is still there. So somewhere both the openers are not. One is out of injury and second one, so both the openers are not working. So somewhere that can be, a question for them. Rahul coming at opening is a good thing, but we can, instead Rahul coming at in opening, we can see Karun Nair open. That would also be a good option according to me, because we see him. He got the chance in the last match, and what a knock he had. He has put. So he is technically that fit that he knows. Which ball to drive where, and somewhere in opening, you need that kind of an attitude was going on. So I think it would be much better if Karun Nair opens rather than coming at 3 or 4.
Yes,
Just
as
just a
rightly
point to add
mentioned
on that.
that. Yes, yes, Anand
Sagar,
bhai.
just a point to add on that. So it would be good for Delhi if Rahul is batting at the middle order. So irrespective of FAF or JFM, so Abhishek Porel should open Karun Nair at 3. So that would give them a better balance in the playing 11.
Yes, thank you, Anand Bhai. I think rightly mentioned by both Nags Bhai and Anand Bhai that opening is somewhere has been a problem because on one side Jake Fraser McGurk is not firing on, and on another side Duplessis is he's not been a consistent in playing 11 given his injuries. So hopefully that issue is sorted out by Delhi Capitals before this match. And now I'll straight up come to Arunish Bhai, our stats master, to give the stats for today's match and what are the key matchups as well going forward in today's match.
Yeah, coming on to this battle, first of all, like it is again being played at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, which is known for its high-scoring games. And with the amount of dew that was set in the previous match against Mumbai Indians, this ground favors chasing side a lot more than the batting first side. But it was basically due to the panicking of Delhi Capitals in the last that they bottled the chase. That was easy at the end, but yes, chasing side would obviously favor, like this ground obviously favors chasing side a lot more than the batting first side. And talking about the like some stats, like head-to-head stats between these two sides, DC and RR, is that 29 matches have been played and 14 have been won by DC and 15 by Rajasthan Royals. So it's a neck-to-neck battle that is going on, like when these two teams meet each other. But at the Kotla, where the match is today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, 9 matches are played and six are being won by the home team, that is DC, and three by RR. So DC dominates this battle at home. So I would like to add some stats. Like DC have the second best strike rate against spin amongst all other teams in IPL 2025 with a strike rate of 159.38. It's an impressive strike rate, but at the same time they have an average of 24.47 against the spinners, which is second low from the bottom. So that's some weird stats that are against spin that DC is having. But RR also have not been that good against spin, as they just have a slightly better average of 24.85 against the spinners. Kuldeep Yadav has been the impact player for DC from last many years, but this year he has shown that he can also be economical, as he has been the best economical bowler in this IPL season. His economy is 5.6 in the 5 matches that Delhi has played. So that being said, Sandeep Sharma favors this side playing against DC, as he has an excellent record and he has picked 20 wickets in 18 games with an economy of 7.29 against DC. So that would be a matchup as well because Sandeep Sharma likes bowling against DC. And Nitish Rana is the local Delhi boy, but he averages just 18.9 in his home ground, that is Delhi, in 10 T20 innings that he has played. So that's a stat that he needs to correct as well because obviously every player wants to perform in front of their home ground, like on their home ground. So now coming to the extras, Rajasthan Royals have the most number of extras till now. Like Rajasthan have given away 74 extras till now in this year's IPL. So that's the most extras. And KL Rahul averages 51 against RR with the best score of 95. So he enjoys batting. He obviously is in a rich vein of form and he enjoys batting against RR. So that would be a contest as well. So now, lastly, coming on to the matchups that we have, Akshar Patel, although he hasn't been bowling that well in this year's IPL, but he has the wood on two of the premier batters of RR that play in the top order of RR. That is Sanju Samson. Akshar Patel versus Sanju Samson stats are 70 runs in 63 balls with two dismissals. So strike rate wise, also he has kept a check on and he has dismissed him twice as well. So that would be a great battle. And Akshar Patel again with against Nitish Rana is also a battle. 37 runs in 31 balls with two dismissals. So Akshar Patel has had wood on them. Not even like he also maintains the strike rate he keeps the strike rate under check and also takes wickets. So Akshat Patel could come back into form tonight with DC. Like this is being their home game, and he will definitely he like this type of pitch will suit him because he varies his pace nicely and he bowls the skidders as well. And in Kotla, the ball remains low, and the stump to stump line that Akshat Patel bowls could weave his magic tonight. So one more matchup is there: Mukesh Kumar versus Yashasvi Jaiswal. That is a kind of a weird matchup because both haven't played much against each other. But in the two outings that Mukesh Kumar has had against Yashasvi Jaiswal, he has dismissed him twice, like both the times.
Oh,
7 runs in 9 balls with two dismissals. So that would be a matchup because Yashasvi Jaiswal is a very key batter for Rajasthan Royals to up the top.
yes, thank you, Arunish Bhai, for such detailed stats, and I think it will be a great help for our viewers as well to make their fantasy teams, and most importantly, just to see that how interesting all these matchups make up when we are watching the games as well. So thank you, Arunish Bhai, again, and then now just adding on to the point mentioned by one of our viewers that Rajasthan is confused with their pace attack, and there is no support to Jofra Archer. And let's say if Archer fails in power play, they do not have any other bowler. So just to add on to that comment, what I would say is that definitely, like rightly mentioned, that Jofra hasn't got any support, and with the likes of Sandeep Sharma being there, we have seen throughout the IPL that throughout so many years in IPL that Sandeep Sharma is a bowler who has dominated mostly in power play. His death over has improved in the past few seasons, but he was predominantly known as someone who bowls really well in the power play, who can swing the ball in both ways and has good swing as well. So definitely Jofra will get a good support with the likes of Sandeep Sharma being the next new ball bowler, and they can probably use in Tushar Deshpande in the death, because we saw when he was with CSK, majority of Deshpande's wickets came when he was bowling in the death. So I think that is something that RR has to look forward to, and even in the form of Tikshana, we saw how well Dhoni used Tikshana in the power play, and that is important that Sanju also uses Tikshana the way Dhoni used that, bring him in power play, get him 1 or 2 overs, because we say that spinners are easy to hit, but most of the times we have seen in power play someone like Washington Sundar, whenever he comes to bowl in power play, he ends up picking up a wicket. So somewhere spinners are also effective in power play. So I think these three bowlers should definitely form the power play bowling core for Rajasthan Royals. And once again, thank you, UI Goku Gaming, for being a consistent viewer and bringing in so many points and questions for our panelists here. So now we'll come towards the last part of the preview, that is the predictions. So Arunish Bhai, Delhi or Rajasthan?
I'll back the home team, Delhi, because they seem to be pretty solid in the combination as well. Right now, they are missing Faf du Plessis, but I feel that others can cover up Faf du Plessis because, as Anand Bhai mentioned, that Abhishek Porel can step up the to the opening the innings, and that would set a left-right combo as well at the top, and it would favor DC because Karun Nair is phenomenal at number 3, and I think they shouldn't disturb his place by making him open today.
Okay, then Anand Bhai, whom are you backing today, Delhi or Rajasthan?
Yes, again. First, before coming to prediction, I just want to add on the bowling department with respect to Rajasthan Royals that somewhere, as you mentioned, they have to use Tikshana just like CSK used to have him in the power play. So let him bowl the 2 overs in the power play along with Jofra, and then they can add one Sandeep and Tushar. And somewhere I feel if Tushar is not in form, they can even bring in Akash Marwal, who is again a good bowler and he can bowl well in depth. So that can even solve them with the bowling issues. And coming to predictions, I'm going with RR. So as a matchup of Rana against the two left-arm spinners of Delhi, that is Akshar and Kuldeep. So I just feel he may be the trump card that RR will be having today, and I would back RR to pounce Delhi today at their home ground.
Okay, so we have one for Delhi, one for RR so far. Next, Bhai, whom are you backing today?
With the t-shirt, I think you can easily, I mean,
Make it a yes.
bring an RR van, but somewhere I will say DC is I mean, it's a stronger team that we have seen till now. For me, if I mean, like as the mistake that RR did in the last match, if they have chased against Bangalore, they could have won. So similarly, I'll say today. I mean, as the ground is also one of. I mean, whoever chases, they have an upper hand. So somewhere I say, if Rajasthan chases today, they have an upper hand to win. They
Okay,
should chase today.
so we Okay, so we have had two for Rajasthan, one for Delhi, and I am backing Delhi Capitals as well because I think they have been very dominant so far, and this being their home ground, I think one such odd game comes in a season, but definitely I'm backing Delhi Capitals. So now, just before we wind up, I think there is one mention that I have to make is about Kuldeep Yadav, the redemption of Kuldeep Yadav that we have seen in the past few years, because we saw, especially towards the 2020-2021 season, somewhere he wasn't not so effective, and then he was in and out of the Indian team, and the way he has made comeback is something great. So I just let it to Arunish bhai to talk us more about the about what has changed so much in Kuldeep Yadav, that he's becoming a very much destructive bowler and difficult to read from the batsman perspective.
Yeah, coming on to the revelation, Kuldeep Yadav, whenever he plays either for India or any other franchisee that he plays in for, he just creates impact with this, because basically leg spinners always creates the impact, but he is a Chinaman, left arm leg spinner. That is a rare commodity in cricketing era, and left arm Chinaman also, like, being too accurate is a rare scenario. So we have seen Kuldeep Yadav in the past was bowling a bit slower, like in the 2021 era that, like you were mentioning, Sagar bhai were mentioning, that he was bowling, but he was being taken for runs. That was predominantly because of the bowling speeds that he was using. He was bowling a bit slow, and that gave enough time for batsmen to adjust and play him on the back foot, or they can also come on to the front foot and play him. Like one game I remember, Ben Stokes smashed him in a game in 2021 in Pune. And post that, I feel Rohit and the management instructed Kuldeep to just increase the pace on the ball. Like, he was bowling in mid 70s, but he now when we look at the speeds that he's bowling in, he's bowling in mid 80s, or like mid 80s to 90s. So that is basically helping him, because he also changed his action when he was injured. So right now he's in the right mode, and he's delivering in the toughest times as well. Whenever we see now in this IPL, we have seen how many variations he brings in. Like, he bowls the googlies whenever the batsman is not expecting him to bowl to. So he's learning the art of like mastering which ball to bowl to which batsman, and that is, I think, his major breakthrough that he has achieved, and that is why he has been a revelation till now.
Yes, thank you so much, Arnish bhai. And I think it has been a great news for India that such rare commodity bowlers are coming back in form. And I think the pair really worked out well for India during their ODI dominance that we saw around 2017, 18, 19, the Kulcha pair. But somewhere both of them had been in and out of the team. But it is good to see that Kuldeep is consistently playing for the Indian team, and hoping that even Yuzvendra Chahal also comes back in form and he makes it back to the Indian team, because that pair was something else to watch, and I think batsmen really struggled when they were at their peak. So that was it for today's review and preview session. Thank you everyone for joining in. So please do like, share, and subscribe to Craig Zenify, and also follow us on Instagram, because after every match we give you all those stats related to that particular match and the player who has performed really well as well. We give you charts as well that helps you easily bring down the data and also understand that what exactly happened in the match and which were the turning point as well. So do follow us and keep supporting us, and do give us your suggestions in the comment box. Thank you.